Honestly, if we look at the X-Men's movie franchise, it's far from perfect. It's not even great. With 2 decent films and 2 god-awful ones, 2011's reboot was a godsend for the series, and since then, Fox has been on the right track with the franchise. That being said, despite putting out 4 pretty good movies, as of late, if you look at any message board or YouTube comment section regarding X-Men Apocalypse, it's all but clear that fans are not that fond of this universe. And after researching hundreds of topics, statuses, and message boards, the Justus League presents 4 top reasons why fans hate the X-Men movies. Reason number 4, the costumes. To be fair, when the first X-Men movie came out, there were no examples of a clear superhero movie that pulled off staying true to the comics visually and telling a serious story without being campy. So I understand Bryan Singer's more practical uniform approach, given that this film needed the casual audience to be successful and it was really a make it or break it moment for the genre. However, after Sam Raimi's Spider-Man opened up to successful numbers in 2002, fans showed that they were more than willing to see their favorite heroes come to life in their original comic book costumes. And this is where the problems began. For some reason, Singer refused to take a chance. He chose to go with the same all-black costumes in X2 that he did with the first. He chose to come back to the same look in Days of Future Past, even after fans had a very positive response to the costumes of First Class, which were much closer to the original 60s look of the comics. This has really damaged the visual appeal of these movies with most X-Men fans, causing knee-jerk reactions to any costume shown before we even get to see them in action. And sadly, despite recent set photos suggesting that Singer is finally giving fans what they want for at least part of X-Men Apocalypse, his continued adherence to an all-black uniformity means that his newfound colorful outlook on the X-Men franchise may be a little too late for the fans. Reason number 3, Jennifer Lawrence. Ever since the actress expressed last year how much she hates the process of becoming Mystique and how she would like to spend as little time as possible in blue makeup, passionate X-Men fans have wanted her out of the movie franchise. Given that X-Men Apocalypse not only portrays her as a leader of the young new X-Men, she also appears to be passing as a regular human, which by the way is a total betrayal of who she is in the comics. You can see how this is problematic for any movie franchise trying to make a comeback. Reason number 2, past sins. If it's one thing that's true about comic book movie loyalists, they never forget. Perhaps Sony knows this best in their dealings with the Spider-Man franchise. However, Fox has had similar dealings with how they've handled the X-Men brand. X-Men Last Stand and X-Men Origins Wolverine were horrendous and crippled the series to the point where it's taken a complete overhaul in storyline and over $500 million worth of production budgets and marketing plans to build interest back into the Children of the Atom. Even though the last 4 films have been met with much critical and commercial success, fans are still on high alert for any misstep Fox can potentially make moving forward. Reason number 1, Bryan Singer. If you were to ask most fans what will make the X-Men movies better, I guarantee you the number 2 response is going to be give it back to Marvel, with the number 1 answer being get rid of Singer. Now the immediate follow-up to that is why. If you look at the reviews out of the films that are associated with the X-Men brand, Singer is directly behind or deeply involved with 4 of them. He also has one of the highest fan reviewed X-Men films to date besides Deadpool. So, why do people hate this guy? If I had to guess, I would say the answer is a combination of reasons 4, 3, and 2. After all, it was Singer's decision to not listen to the fans and stick with the dual uniforms, even though Marvel has pretty much shown the way with their movies. It was Singer's formula that was used to make X-Men Last Stand, despite the fact that he had nothing to do with the film directly. And finally, it was Singer's decision to cave to Jennifer Lawrence around her not wanting to be made up for the role. Take all of these reasons and put it with his own admission that he was never really a comic fan to begin with, and it's enough to turn such a passionate audience against anyone. Will these boiled over reasons affect X-Men Apocalypse? It's tough to say. I'm looking forward to seeing it, but I would be lying if I said I haven't expressed these issues with the franchise myself time and again. And while I don't agree with every reason personally, I can definitely see why everyone wishes the X-Men would just come home to the MCU. I guess one can only dream. Alright y'all, with that I'm gonna bring this video to a close. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe. Please, you are greatly appreciated. And also, do you hate the X-Men movies? Even after they rebooted it, do you feel like they done enough to make it better, to fix it? Or do you feel like it can't be fixed and they should just give it back to Marvel? Let's talk about it in the comments section. Until next video, peace.